Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Today's beer is Anchor Summer Beer from the Anchor Brewing Company out of San Francisco. Look, I get very excited when I get American beer. Also got their porter to try. Looking forward to that. That's meant to be a lovely beer. This one was imported by Charles Clay and Sons to the UK. Again, if you're wondering why I have the Brains glass out, is because Brains were kind enough. They did an American... Oh, I just want to show you the top on this one. There you go. Oh, slipped. Brains were kind enough to send me the beers because they did a American Beer Festival in one of their pubs in Cardiff. So they sent me about 10 beers, which is very, very nice of them. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Nice, quite a nice bronze colour to this beer. A golden bronze with a one finger head. It's quite foamy there. Head is quite foamy. Looking forward to this. Let's spin it up. Let's get the nose. Oh, this smells like a Belgian beer. And I did read the neck of the bottle where the information is, and it did say it was very yeasty. Oh, so it's got that backbone of spice in the beer. Just a hint of spice, as all Belgian beers have. Oh, I'm going to dig into this. Seems really refreshing. Cheers, everyone. I can totally understand why they call this their summer beer. It's very much like a lager. Very much like a lager. But there's that yeasty, spicy taste that you get from the Belgian beer. But it's very light. It's not, say something like a Chimay, which is there's a lot going on in that beer. You really got to think about it. With this, first of all, you get the lager malt, which I believe they're using on this, as it very much does seem like predominantly a very kind of wheaty, mazy, that mazy lager taste you get. But as I said, I like the strain of yeast they're using. Oh, that's nice. That is very nice. There's also slight hints of cloves and coriander, but it's very slight. I've poured beers down the sink before now with massive amounts of cloves, coriander. It was like it all should be in a curry. I poured it on the sink, but this is so light that you're having to go, oh, what flavours in there, and you're basically trying to work out what flavours in the beer, which is a good thing, because then if you don't want to think about it, you don't have to, and it just then turns into a refreshing lager, if that makes a lot of sense. And me. totally different to the Dixie. I just reviewed the Dixie from New Orleans. Just took it into Mrs. Real Ale Guide now, and she said, that's just a lager. And I said, yeah, I know, but they've written craft in a few places on the bottle, which I thought was a little bit naughty. But this kind of looks the same. But believe me, this is for me a craft beer. This is lovely. It's amazing what you got, all these different yeast strains in beers, all the different malts, all the different grains, all the different hops. You put each different flavour on a desk in front of you, and you could basically, we'll have some of that, we'll put some of that in, and that's why there's so many different varieties of beer, which makes my job fun. This job is fun because very rarely do you get two beers that taste exactly the same. One of my favourite yeast strains, one of my favourite yeast strains, believe it or not, is from Brains. I've been drinking their Brains Bitter, Brains Dark, IPA, SA for a long time now, and I've also always thought this has got a really unique fruity flavour. And it was only when I was at the brewery in February that I got the chance to dip my finger in the live yeast which they used, and I tasted it, and it was bingo. That's that taste I've been tasting for years and years and years. And it's magical, really. It's absolutely magical. And that's an exclusive yeast strain just for Brains. Right, back to this beer. It's dry. It's quite a dry beer on the finish. There's also tastes of juicy apple, juicy red apple towards the middle of the palate, and then it's a very, very dry finish to this beer. It's a summer ale. On a hot day I could so drink 4 of them quite easily. So for me, let's give it a final wash round, give it a final nose. And wow, it's a definite Belgium-y, yeasty, spicy lager, if you like. But it's all, I mean, obviously washing it around, you're really gonna release them flavours, so it's quite big in the nose. But when you taste it, it's very, very mild, it's very, very subtle. And I can really see why they called it this summer ale. It's very refreshing. Rating time. It's not bad. It really is not bad. I'm gonna give it a 7. 7 out of 10. It's quite a nice beer. Thank you to Brains for getting me the beer. www.brains.com, sabrains.com. If it's not, it's .co.uk. You'll have to excuse me. If you want to contact me, it's realaleguide@googlemail.com. I love your emails, always answer. Facebook is facebook.com/realaleCraftBeer, and Twitter is twitter.com/realaletoday. Thanks for watching another edition. Subscribe if you like. I love all your comments on YouTube, and cheers.